Trying to figure out what that is on that screen.
Runway 07 and pushback and engine start. You may want to With 1203, engine start, pushback approved, runway 07. At the time, pushback to 127.
Taxi via Alpha, hold the place on later. Speak to the end of the tower, while I get something to do.
Yeah.
November 237, Quebec Sierra, post over the runway at Delta, contact tower, 118. Post over the runway at Delta. Heavy, salam and pushback approved, shutdown situation before ready to jump. Before ready to jump,
All right, I think that's up now. I don't know what that weird view was. I think OBS got a little screwed up there. The view looked a little strange. I have to go back and review the video and see if you were seeing what I was seeing. I would think you would be, but... All right, so that's up. Let me give you the load data sheet here. And actually we can shut this off. I was actually getting some brake pressure in here for some reason. The brake pressure just bleeds out in about 10-15 minutes in the Zibo-Mod. I cannot figure out why it does it. So I just wanted to pump up the brakes again. But other than that, everything in the aircraft is basically cold and dark. I just got in here. I just set up the load data sheet for my first flight of 2025. I've been down for a couple of weeks because my first officer, Shadow, has been sick. Real sick. So we've been dealing with him. So he's home resting. He's got some radiation treatment coming up for a brain tumor. So he's not going to be in the right seat for a bit. So we'll see how that's going to go. But that's basically been taking up all my time. Why I haven't been flying, for those of you that are my regulars. All right, with that said, how about we get going here? Today we're going to be running the Southwest Airlines Flight 2654 from Phoenix Sky Harbor to Los Angeles. Southwest did this ride in the real world in 1 hour and 20 minutes, and we're going to see just how close we can come to that. And like I said, everything's cold and dark in here. Let me give you the CDU as well, so you can follow along as I fill everything up here. And let me have that back. And you should be getting the CDU here. I think you may just be really delayed. I think that's what that is. All right. All right, how about we get going here? DC battery selected to bad. DC battery switches on guarded. Standby power is auto-guarded. Alternate flaps are off-guarded. Fuel pump switches are off. Wipers are set to park. Hydraulic pumps, electric 2 and 1 are off. Landing gears down. We've got 3 green. And 3 green on the aft overhead. Weather radar is set to test. Fault in-op. And let's reset the master caution. Fault in-op test and overheat fire test. Alright, ground power is available, so let's get on ground and confirm with the AC selector. And let's get set for unconditioned air here. Alright, let's get the galley powers on. We'll align the IRSs. Emergency exit lights are armed. Temperature back there for them is fine. Let's enter our position. And we're at KPHX. And you can see it just put in the coordinates that are in the database for that airport. And we're going to go to the GPS. And you can see that they are pretty close. So we don't have an issue with the IRS here with the alignment. So that's all looking pretty good. Alright. Now our flaps are up, showing up and up on the aft overhead. We'll give them the logo and position lights. Let me go ahead and get some pressure in here again. And let me just check real quick, make sure it didn't remove my chocks. I don't want to go rolling away here. Let's take a look. That's all looking pretty good, and the doors are open. Very good. Okay, that's all looking pretty good. And we can turn that off now. Alright, so that takes care of the originator flight. Let's continue with the pre-flight now. Leading edge vices test. Service interphone is off. Engine reversers are extinguished. EEC switches are unguarded. Crew oxygen is 12,000. Passenger oxygen is normal guarded. Flight recorder. Let's test that. And Mach speed test 1 and 2. And stall warning, might be a little too early for that. We'll come back to that. 3 green on the landing gear. PSCU is out. Let's check our oxygen flow. Okay, and our lights test. Alright, that's looking good. Alright, flight controls A and B are on guarded. Alternate flaps are off guarded. Spoilers A and B are on. Yaw dampers on. VHF nav is normal. IRS is normal. FMC is normal. Source selector is auto. Control panel set to normal. Fuel temperature is fine. Crossfeed check. Fuel pumps are off. Crossfeed's good. AC/DC panel is set. Equipment supply, cooling and exhaust there is normal. Emergency exit lights are on. No smoke and seatbelt sign on. And let's do the overheat test. TAT test. Alright, wing and engine, any ice are off. Electric, hydraulic pumps 2 and 1 are off. And we have 3 entranceways open. Test, test, test on the flight data recorder. And the pressurization panel's all zeroed out. Temperature back there is nice and comfortable. And let's reset the master caution. And we'll do overheat test. Master, AC, and wing body. Very good. We are set for unconditioned air. Today's ride is flight level 340. Okay. Let's check our outflow valve. Alright, our lights are good. We're going to use the right igniter for this ride. Alright, let's get ATIS clearance and then program the flight management computer. So, ATIS is on 127.575.
NAL Airport.
Alright,
Information November.
let me get some light in here.
Wind 060 at 12.
What do we have here?
10. Sky conditions, clear.
3036.
Dew point -10. Altimeter 3036. Density altitude.
3036, 3036. We got a match.
Departing runways.
And temperature is good there.
7 right. Visual approaches in use.
Yeah, we're using 7 left on the way out.
Altitude, and if flight following is requested, read back all runways.
Clearance is 118.1.
VFR departures contact clearance delivery on 11.
And we've got November.
Advise on initial contact, you have information November. Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport, information November.
Alright, and
Wind 060 at 12.
clearance 118.1.
Sky conditions, clear. Temperature 14. Dew point -10. Altimeter.
Let's give a listen here for a bit. Good evening, Phoenix, Southwest 2654. Looking for IFR clearance as filed to Los Angeles. We have information November. Hey, Fortnite, how's it going? Hey, Roken Zone, how you doing? It's been a while. I haven't been in here in a couple of weeks. It's been crazy over here in the real world stuff.
Southwest 164, Phoenix clearance, cleared to Los Angeles via the Kings 3 departure. Then as filed, climb and maintain 7000, expect flight level 34010 minutes after departure. Departure on 119.2, squawk 1444.
It's not giving me my text again. Southwest 2654 cleared to Los Angeles as filed via the Kings 3 departure. Cleared to 7000, squawk 1444 for Southwest 2654. Yeah, it's not giving me my text again.
Read back correct.
I want my text because I don't want to have to write all this stuff down. One of the reasons why I like this program. Just take a look at these settings here.
Captain, boarding has started, and the first passengers are now aboard the plane. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Southwest Airlines, welcome aboard flight 26.
Let's see if I change it to that, if it'll do anything. Uh-oh. Alright, it just changed my screen. It just cut my frame rates in half for some reason. I don't know why it does that. Only the center screen does it. And this has been sitting for a while. I'm surprised that it did it all of a sudden. I thought that was fixed. I guess not. Alright, so how about we program the flight management computer so we can get on out of here. Alright, and Phoenix to KLAX. Alright, and this is Southwest Airlines Flight. Alright, 2654. We've got 07 left they gave us, yes. Yes. Oh, fat fingers. And on the way out, they gave us the Keynes 3. Alright, let's go have a look at that. To Wolverine. And on the way in, we have Hollywood 1. Hollywood 1, correct, and Eastwood. And we're coming in at 24 right. We're going to do 24 right. We're going to do, how about we'll do RNAV-Z into 24 right. Yes, from, I believe that's Circus, but let me take a quick look. Let me give you that screen so you can see what I'm looking at here. And let's have a peek. Alright, and we're coming in through the Hollywood 1. Right, and we're coming in from Eastwood. And that lets us at Sea View. We're going to be doing, I said 24 right, 24 right. 24 right on the RNAV-Z. And we're going to get picked up at, yep, Circus. And let's have a peek at that. Now let me give you back the load data sheet. Let me have the same thing. And let's have a peek here. Where are we? Alright, FUTEP as it use I. Massive, Oakley, Keynes, Izzo, Wolverine, and then Eastwood. We're on our way in. Right, and me Eastwood right here. Right, and then if we take a look at that chart again. And oh, let me back up here. Okay. Okay. Then we have Skull, Decor, Bree, Palick, Livenbrook, Merce. Alright. Kobe, and then we're on our way in. And then on the Mist. And we're holding at RAS. That is correct. So that's looking pretty good. Let me give you the load data sheet again. And let me grab that myself. Let's come back here. We're going to get our fuel and all that stuff. Alright, fuel for this ride is 17.6. Our payload is 30.1. And our zero fuel weight is 125.2. Okay. Now that we have those numbers, let me give you the electronic flight bag. And hopefully this is going to work. I'm going to lose the YouTube screen here for a bit while I do this. Let me set up the weight and fuel and all that. Alright, the fuel I said was going to be 17.1. Payload was 30.1. Should give us a fuel weight, zero fuel weight of 125.2. Now I'll go in and I'll fix that. It's off by 50 some odd pounds. I'll make that up with the galleys. Alright, and 27.4, so that all looks pretty good. So let me give you back the load data sheet. And let me grab the same thing here. And we're going to want this next. Alright. Now you should be following along. Let me just make sure. Bring this back up. Using a tiny monitor to keep track of the text and YouTube and all that. You should be keeping up with me now. Alright, so I said that our zero fuel weight was 125.1. And our final reserve with the alternate is 78.98, so that's going to be 7.9 on the reserve. Our course index, we take a look up here on the upper right, the CI is 35. Our cruise this ride is 340. And let's get our cruise winds. So we're looking for top of climb here. Here we are at Keens. And we're looking at 013 at 68. And we are looking at the P is 05, right? Wait, nope, 02. That's going to be 2. Okay, that is fine. We're not going to derate the engines. CG I said was 27.4. There's going to be a flaps 5 takeoff. Now 7 left, excuse me, has a upslope of 0.2. With a heading of 078. Okay, and the runway winds. Let's slip down here. At Phoenix is 070. Well, we got some gusts going on. So, a trim is going to be 450. And our engine out is going to be a $146. Alright, that's all looking pretty good. So, let's get our descent forecast in here. Now, since we're at 32,000, we'll put in 20, 15,000, and 10,000 on the way down. And since we're down here, LAX is 3034. Let's take a look at the top of descent. Top of descent, we're looking at 3. So we're looking at 3 and 30, 34, I believe I said. on the back end. So that's good. We don't have to worry about any ice. Now let's get our descent forecast in here at 20,000. We're looking at 431. And we're looking at 4 at 28. And we're looking at 357 at 15. So that's all done now. Let's just have a quick peek here. And if we take a look at our chart, let me give you that as well, real quick. Let me look at the same thing here. If we go back to Phoenix, and if we take a look at the SID, and they gave us Keynes 3 from runway 7, you will see here, get rid of that. So we need to be above 1635. You can see that's already in at a half mile out. Then we have foot up as a use eye. Massive is next. Massive we need to be above 7 with a speed below 220. And that's in. And then Oakley, Wolsco. Oakley. Where are we heading here? What do we have in here? Out to Keynes. Oakley, let's put that one in. WULKO. Maybe it's not in the database. And that would be after Oakley. No, it's in there. Interesting. Let's take a look and make sure it didn't screw nothing up. Nope. Okay. Keynes, Izzo, and then we're on our way up to, is it Wolverine, I believe? Keynes, Izzo, Wolverine, and then that takes care of the SID out of Phoenix. And then on the way in, if we continue, we take a look at LAX on the back end. On the way in, we had Hollywood 1. And Hollywood 1 is going to pick us up at Eastwood. We're not going to be on that moving map display until we get further in, since it's not to scale. So you can see we have Eastwood, we have McQueen, we have Midler, we have Monroe, Hollywood. Hollywood, we need to be below 320. You can see that's programmed in. Bruin, 280, between 24 and 30, that's in. Avatar, right, between 19 and 24. Then 17 at day. And then Watt Up, we need to be above 15. Nelly, we need to be above 14. And then we're on our way into Seaview. And then Seaview, 270 between 12 and 14. From Seaview, we're going to pick up the approach into 24, right? And you can see here we're coming in at Seaview. And we don't want Circus there, we want Skoll. I think I may have did that. Seaview into Skoll. I was doing a flight before this from Las Vegas, and we were coming in through Circus, so I think that's why I put that one in. Alright, Skoll, Decor, and you can see we have above 10, above 9, above 8, above 7. It's going to bring us down in steps. Alright, Bree, Palak, Livin, Brook, Mercy, and then Mumbai. And then we have to Kobe, we're on our way in, and then on the Mist, we're heading out to Rafts, and we're going to hold at a deuce. So that all looks pretty good. I didn't screw any of that up. Well, I did, but I fixed it. Anyway, so that looks pretty good. Alright, let me have you progress on that page there. So that's all set. Let's take care of the pedestal now. Oh, Roken Zone. Wait, I think I missed your text here. Oh, and Rayman snuck in here. I think I missed Rayman too. How's it going, Rayman? Yeah, I've been down for a little bit, couple of weeks. My first officer, Shadow's been sick. Once we get out of here, I'll talk a little bit more about it. But yeah, he's got a brain tumor that we're dealing with. I can actually understand what's going on somewhat now with the screen since I've started flying the 737 MAX. So that's pretty cool, Roken Zone. That's one of the reasons why I like to go through this stuff, showing everything. For those that may not be all that familiar with the CDU for the FMC, you know, you can follow along and see how it's done. So, and it may help a few individuals out. Some may fill out some of the stuff, not all the stuff. So, but before I get to the pedestal, if we come back here, this is all looking good. We're going to come into the route data, and I'm just going to request the cruise winds. But if you really want to go ahead and put those in yourself, let me give you this. You can come in here, you can grab your cruise winds and put all that in if you want. I'm not going to go through that step by step though. We'll just load that up from here if it's going to take it. And we're good. And as you can see, it just put them in. So that's all set. Alright, let's set up the pedestal now. And let me give you charts. And I'm going to need the same thing here. Let's go back to Phoenix Sky Harbor. Alright, and we have 7 left, and they're using 7 left. And 7 right. So let me have 7 right because they're using right on the way in. Now I put this information in because if I have to come back, this is already done for me. If I got an engine out, I hit a flock of birds or whatever the case may be. So we're looking at decision height of 253. Alright, airport elevation is 1135. I should have just left it. Wasn't off by much. That's all looking good. 078. I'm going to put in the course. And 110.75. 110.75. So nav radios are good. TCAS is all set up. We have our score code in here. What's ground? Ground is 119.75. Maybe we'll get some additional traffic here. Tower is 118.7. Deuce. And I wonder why I'm not getting any additional transmissions here. I would think I would get some other ones. Alright, so pedestal is all set up. I'm going to take terrain, position, data, airport, and station. I'm on the master, you're on the slave. You can have weather, station, airport, data, and position. And we're going to be heading 078. We were cleared up to 7. That's all looking good. Nose wheel steering is normal guarded. Let's check out displays here. And the lower ones you're not going to see because I have the communications down there, which I may just get rid of once we start going, if I'm not getting any other background transmissions. Alright, let's see. The artificial horizon is level. Ground speed 045 on the speed tape. V1 is 134. V2 146. I got a heading of 078, decision height of 253, local pressure of 30.36. We're cleared up to 7. I've got terrain on the nav display. Let's get the standby gauges set up here. 30, 36 we're looking at. Alright, that is set. That is set. N1 is set. Auto speed reference is set. Auto reset the fuel flow. Auto brake is set for rejected takeoff. I want that there. And so you can have that. Let me check it. Okay, that's all set. That looks good. And I got to get brake pressure in here again. Brake pressure is just about gone. That's picking up. Okay, so we are good here. That's all looking pretty good. And the trim was 450. Let's let that run amok. And back to 450. Okay, you know what? You're not going to need CDU anymore. We can get rid of that. Let me get this back to you. Okay, I think that is pretty good. Now let's see if I missed any text before I keep going here. Yeah, well, yeah, I'll talk about that once we get on out of here. Yeah, he's in some pretty sad shape, but he does have hope. Hey, Lassie, how's it going? Finland? Yep, I remember. I haven't been on for a while. Shadow's been keeping me busy for the most part. And what is the story with my communications here? I should be getting... It's my XATC chatter. Audio. Region map. Why are they all blank? What happened to my audio? All my audio from XATC chatter just seemed to disappear. Well, there's no point keeping that up this ride then. Interesting. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. Although I've been offline for a couple of weeks, so who knows when or how I did it. Okay, that is set up for that. I think we're pretty much ready to get on out of here. Right, that's set, that's set. You don't have that. Let's check the bottles. Bottles are good. And let's test.
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust.
That test should be done.
Climb now.
And we should be good for the stall. Yeah, okay, stall warning's good.
Clear of conflict. Descend.
Let's get these doors buttoned up, get ready to get on out of here.
Descend. Descend, crossing, descend, descend, descend now. Descend, descend now. Increase, climb, increase, descent.
And you know what, while we're doing that, before we disconnect,
Maintain vertical speed. Crossing.
we get on APU. Sometimes it has a habit of disconnecting me.
TCAS test pass.
And let's do the ground proximity. We'll do the long one. I haven't been in here in a while.
Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. In up.
Pressure's looking good. Alright, doors. Let's get these doors buttoned up.
Pull up. Don't sink. Don't sink.
And we're just waiting on the APU.
Too low. Here.
Then we can get on out of here.
Flat. Too low. Terrain.
So I gotta take a look at XATC chatter. Let me write that down.
Approaching minimums. Minimums. 2,500. 1,000.
For some reason, all of my communications have disappeared. I do have a backup. It's basically just have to copy them back in. I don't know why they would disappear though.
100.
I don't think XATC chat has been updated in quite some time.
20, 10.
Alright, and we're on ground, okay. APU is up.
Too low, terrain,
Let's confirm.
ahead.
Give it a minute and then we'll get on APU bleed.
Terrain, ahead. Pull up. Obstacle, 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 ahead. Pull up.
So this ride is 346 miles. So I did an hour and 20 minutes. We'll see just how close we can come to that. And we have gate B12 on the back end, so we're coming in on 24 right. So we're basically just come taxi straight down into the corner on the left hand side in LAX Terminal 1. Guess if you're looking out toward the water, it would be on the right hand side. Alright, that's all looking good. Let's say that's been about a minute. Let's get on APU. We've got dual. Let's get disconnected here. Let's disconnect you. Brakes are set. Yes. Remove the chocks. Get rid of you. Okay, and let's call for push.
Standard cockpit, tower strapping up.
We can get rid of that light. And I think we're completely disconnected. I don't need that screen anymore until the back end. Yeah, we just hit 7,000 members. That's amazing. It's grew pretty quick in the past few months. I've been online for years. I think it's been hovering around 2,000, 2,300 all of a sudden out of nowhere. Pretty cool. That many more people get to enjoy it. From basically the jump seat. That's pretty much where the camera's set up. And they're going to back us all the way out to the taxiway, since we're right up against the wall.
All doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
All right, we're all buttoned up. Looking pretty good. Oh, hey, Nate, how's it going? Yeah, I've been offline for a bit. My first officer's sick. He's developed a brain tumor. So we've been dealing with that since it started the 22nd of December. My wife noticed that he wasn't going to the bathroom. So we took him in. They said he had a UTI, urinary tract infection, so they gave him an antibiotic.
And bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
The next day he was blind. He couldn't see. So then we went to the hospital. He stayed overnight. They had some ultrasounds done, and he had an MRI done, and they found a tumor on the left-hand side of his brain. Takes up about 40%. So once I heard that, I thought they were going to tell us just take him home and make him comfortable for the time he's got left. But we went to this place what we referred to that does like radiation, chemo, and all that stuff. And they have SRS type radiation, which pinpoints the tumor itself, doesn't go after anything else in the brain for the most part. And it looks like he's eligible for 3 treatments. So we'll see how that goes. He says we may get another 30 months with him, so which would be pretty cool. But he basically wiped out my throttle quad fund. I had 2 computers I was going to update, and I was going to update all 3 of these monitors. And basically he just wiped out those funds. So I don't think I'll be updating for a little while now. But he's inside resting. I really don't want him in the garage because it's dusty in here. I want him to get his strength back. So, but he's going to be back in the flight deck, God willing. So, alright, we're good to go. We're set up for ground. Phoenix ground, Southwest 2654 at gate Delta 2 with November, ready for push and start.
Southwest 2654, Phoenix ground, push and start approved, tail east.
Alright, so we're good to go. Let's get that clock going. And let's release the brake.
start engines.
Alright, packs are off. Pressure's good. Anti-collision lights coming on, and we're starting number 2. Yeah, the end of 2024 has been real bad. And it started the Sunday before Christmas. It's amazing. Sunday, he was just a little wobbly on his feet. Not too bad, but it was really that he wasn't able to go to the bathroom. We just thought it was a simple UTI. But on Monday, or Monday night, Dawn said he's walking funny. And I looked at him. He just didn't look right. And when I put my hand up against his face, his eyes just wouldn't move. He had a blank stare. So, and then I tried to fake him out with some of this, and he just had a blank stare. What the heck happened to my right screen here? I'm connected, but I ain't seeing any. Oh, it must be real dark. Well, that's weird. I have to take a look at that before we go as well. Not a good first run for 2024, that's for sure. Alright, Gen 2, isolation valve closed. Get the pack open. Pressure's good. We're starting number 1. I'll let that run. Oh no, here we go. It must be like really dark here, because we're getting something now. Oops. Get up there, Johnny. I should be holding these, but my shoulder's killing me. So, it's been one lousy end of 2024, that's for sure. So, now he's resting. We just came from the oncologist yesterday with him, and we got all the news. So, Monday he goes for a CAT scan of the brain again. And basically they're going to outline where the tumor is. And then Monday, he goes for his first radiation treatment. That's all looking pretty good. Tuesday, he gets the day off. Wednesday, he goes back for his second radiation treatment. And then the doctor that's doing it is on vacation. I think he comes back the following Monday for the 3rd dose, and then that's it. Then we wait and see. The doctor was not just talking about reducing it, he was talking about destroying it. So, which is pretty amazing considering the size. But we'll see as time goes by. But my neighbors look at me like I'm crazy. We spent about 30 grand now on this cat. But he's my buddy, my first officer, so I got to look out for him. But I'll probably be selling. I have a Mopar, a 1970 Dodge Challenger, numbers matching 440, worth about 100 grand. I found her about 8 years ago. I may end up selling that. I don't use it that much. I only take it to show. It's very rare. And then what I'll do is if I sell that, that'll basically pay back all the money we took out of the bank to pay for his bills. And then what's ever left, I'll get the motorized quad. I'll replace the 2 outside computers and replace all 3 monitors. So we'll see. Still thinking about that though. Yeah, I'm hoping 2025 is going to be a lot better, my friend. Really like to know what the heck went on with X-Chatter. Don't know why it wiped everything out. Alright, they should be getting ready to tell us to set the brake here. Yeah, Mouse, no doubt about it. He's definitely family. Found him in a hole in the backyard. My wife actually found him a hole in the backyard. Did you tell us to set the brake here? What are you doing? You still moving us? Alright, in the meantime, are we on? We're on one. We are all set there, so that's all set. That is set. We're set there. We don't need the APU anymore. And let's have a peek. I didn't hear them telling they were getting disconnected here. I may need that screen again. We're not moving, so let me just set the brake. Oh, now we're moving a little bit here. That's weird. Now we're moving again. That's strange. I would think this is it.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Ah, that's good. In the meantime, since I've been chitting and chatting, let me make sure I didn't miss anything here. Generators, AC selected, that's good. Probe heat switches. And did you do all that? Up, up, up. Yeah, you did. Must have been on autopilot because I don't remember doing it. Alright, that's good. Hydraulics, yep. Bleed air, exterior lights. Well, once they get disconnected, we'll get set. Don't need the APU, that's off. Master caution recall, we got a clean board. We'll do flaps, transponder, weather radar, flight controls. Okay, we're good. And we're going to taxi on down to 7 left.
And bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time, and have a safe flight.
Alright, there goes a tow. Let me have you. Let me have you. You're going to TA auto. You're going to auto. Let me give you the flight controls here. And I will take that back. Alright, let's see. We are Phoenix Sky Harbor, good evening, Southwest 2654 on at Delta 11 intersection, looking to go to runway 7 left.
Southwest 2654, taxi to runway 7 left via Delta, Delta 1, Echo 3. Contact tower when ready for departure.
Yeah, taxi to runway 7 left via Delta, Delta 3, contact tower when ready for departure. See, now it's popping up again. Interesting. So, let's see. Tower. Let's bring in tower. Let's see. Oh, no, we're not going to get tower because all my files are gone. So, alright, let's taxi on down. So basically we have to straight down to Delta 1, we're making a left over to Echo 3. I wanted to get back to MS 2020 after this flight, but I think I got a couple of things I got to check, so I may do one more night ride. And then we'll move over to MS 2020 and have a look. Looks like that monitor's out of alignment.
We are delighted to have you with us today. My name is Erica, and I am the lead flight attendant. Alongside me are my wonderful crew, Sarah, James, and Michael. Our captain for this flight is Captain Michael, and our first officer is. We are currently pushing back.
Couple of aircraft coming in on final. 2 strings on the Pearl, that's it. Cheap string. Easy there, Louis. Oh no, you're flying Southwest. You can go above 20. Oh no, maybe it's not misaligned. Must be me. Signage looked pretty good right there. The aircraft out there is Traffic Global that you see. Yeah, they're on short final now. They should be using 7 right though. Southwest just come in. Got another one on a 5-mile final. Whoa. What was that all about? I think I have to calibrate the tiller. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get out of here before this guy gets in. He's getting a little too close. Alright, Delta 1 over to Echo 3. He's on short final. Yeah, I think this tiller needs a little bit of work too. Tiller and XATC chatter. Alright, Echo 3. Delta. Uh, 118.7, we're on tower. Phoenix Tower, good evening. Southwest 2654, holding short, runway 7 left, ready for departure. Yeah, right now I'm flying X-plane.
Southwest 2654, Phoenix Tower, runway 7 left, wind 060 at 12, gusting 18. RNAV-Z cleared for takeoff.
I haven't put any of the background chatter in. I should actually do it now, so then there is some type of chatter. But clear for takeoff, Southwest 2654. All right, so we're pretty much good to go. My clock going. Give me TARA.
Say again, your takeoff clearance read back.
Yeah, clear for takeoff, runway 7 left, Southwest 2654.
Approaching 7 left.
Nice view out that window. Alright, 40%. A little bit of flicker there.
On runway 7 left.
Stable. Toga. Thrust set. Airspeed's active. Check. Throttle hold. We are stable through 80.
V1, rotate. Positive brake.
Gear up. Alright, whoa. We're gonna check Zibo here. I'm using the latest and greatest from him.
400.
So I want to see if she can do this. I'm using 4.03.17 that was released today. So, and let me give you.
2654, contact departure on 119.2.
Contact departure 119.2, Southwest 2654. Good night. Departure Southwest 2654 with you, climbing through 3100 for 7,000.
Southwest 2654, Phoenix departure, radar contacts. Cleared direct Oakley. Climb and maintain flight level 210.
Clear direct Oakley. Climb and maintain flight level 210, Southwest 2654. We're going to follow the charts out. Oh, get those flaps up, Louis. Night lighting looks pretty good. I don't know if the camera's doing it justice. But if you don't like that night lighting, that's on me, because those are my night lighting edits. So. Nicely done. Might as well just bring that all the way around. That's a pretty cool view. Oh, thanks, 77. It's hard for me to read what's before that, though. The text is super tiny. I appreciate that. Looks like I have not enough color in the center, or too much color on the right there. Oh, maybe not. Might just be the angle that I'm looking at it. Alright, we're coming up on 10, so let's get cleaned up here. I'll let them run around as well. We're pretty smooth. Pressure's looking good. Temperature is fine. Once we swing out of this turn, we'll let them run around. It's pretty smooth. It's a pretty great view out that right window. A little flicker there, though. Don't like that. Beautiful view. And again, if you don't like the night lighting out there, that's on me. Those are my night lighting edits. Alright, so we need to be above 7,000, 220 or below. We're 220 on the speed, and we're above 7,000. Massive, so pretty good. So I gotta fix my ATC, and I definitely have to do a little bit of tiller work here. You write that down as well. Tiller needs to be calibrated. Cal tiller. Rather nice view out that window. You know, it's funny that you could say that, that you didn't realize it was real or not. I actually was standing behind the flight deck when I was working on my night lighting edits, and I took a picture with my phone, and I put it on Discord, and I got chewed out for putting a real photo online. Someone had to point out that at least you could see the bezels in the monitors, that it was actually X-plane that was running. So that's pretty cool. If it looks that good. Climb and maintain flight level 330, Southwest 2654. What did it say? 330. And what are we? We're cruising at 340, so that's just about at cruise. So that's pretty cool. So there's a few people that had to take a second or third look and go, wait a minute, is that real? Or is that Memorex? For those old enough to remember that commercial. All right, so we'll go. We should have 14.9 on the fuel. We're at 15 right now. We're looking pretty good. We're climbing up beautifully, and the temperature back there is nice and comfortable. Our N1, N2, EGT, oil pressure, temperature, quantity, vibrations all looking just fine. Let's go to standard pressure, and let's have a peek. We'll run through the whole thing, shall we? Yep, autopilot's engaged, and notification is complete. Cabin pressurization and temperature, we're going to monitor that. Engine bleeds are on, pack switches are auto. APU is off, yes. Exterior lights as needed, we are good. Engine start selectors, they are off. And auto brake selector is off, landing gear is up and off, and we are set for standard pressure. So basically it's just monitor, and then program the arrival on the back end. Me, no, I'm sickly. I'm on oxygen. I've had a couple of cancers. Yeah, one of the reasons why I have this built is because I don't get out much. So, and if I just had television, it would drive me crazy, you know. So, but I did fly in the real world a long time ago. Then I met my wife, and my wife thought that flying was too dangerous. So, I ended up working in law enforcement with a gun on the side of my hip. Go figure that one out.
Southwest 2654, climb and maintain flight level 340.
Climb, maintain flight level 340, Southwest 2654. All right, so that gets us up to cruise. And then my next night flight, hopefully I'll have my ATC background back, and I'll have my tiller working the way it should. Man, LA is taking a beating, boy. I mean, the fires that are taking place out there, man, that's like biblical. Man. Well, all I can say is if there's any good to come out of this.
Contact Albuquerque Central on 132.45.
Contact Albuquerque Center on 13245, Southwest 2654. Good night. Guess if there's any good to come out of this, hopefully they learned and stopped voting for individuals that are not going to do the right thing for the people. I mean, not cleaning the underbrush in the forest, not smart. You know, you've had, what, 10, 11 years to get dams that were already approved, built, and you didn't even start them. All the rainwater and the melted, you know, snow and ice coming down off the mountains, you just push it into the ocean and getting rid of it instead of storing it. That's just not smart. And you know that these winds come, maybe not this bad, but you know you got drought, and you know you got fire issues. To not take precautions is just absolutely asinine. I don't get it. I mean, I've seen some video footage out there, and it just looks absolutely like it was hit with an atomic bomb. It looked like I'm looking at Nagasaki, you know, Hiroshima. We can let them run around. It's pretty smooth. And we're going to 261. And at Keynes, 14.3 on the fuel. We're at 14.4. So we're looking pretty good. Climbing up beautifully. Temperature back there is fine. So we're under 300 miles now to LA. 295 to go. And we should have 11,000 pounds of fuel when we get in. Another 40 miles to top of climb. So we're getting there. So from Izzo, we're going to bank a right. And we're going to head on up to Wolverine there. And at Wolverine, that takes us out of the departure from Phoenix Harbor. Well, it's good and it's bad. You know, I got sick as a result of 9/11. I was a first responder in New York at Ground Zero. So, I mean, I'm not sorry that I did that. I mean, and I would do that again, knowing that I'm going to get sick. You know, we've helped, I mean, a lot of people just in the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel alone. When the power went out and they were engulfed in that cloud. It was pretty amazing that day. You couldn't see anything in front of your face. We basically walked arm in arm in the battery tunnel until you either tripped over someone or you ran into somebody. And if we ran into somebody that was like a walking wounded, we would just tell them, listen, you're going to go this way. When you get to the wall, the officer's going to tell you what to do. And then the officer told them, listen, hold on to the railing here and walk that way till you get out of the tunnel. Those that couldn't walk, that were on the ground, disabled, whatever the case may be, for whatever reason, and we're going to 283. There was a team of officers behind us. We would just break rank. Two guys would come up, or two women, or women and a guy, whatever the case may be, pick them up, carry them out, we close up ranks, keep going. Once all the people were gone, then we had to go and get all their cars out. Typical New Yorkers. You have a cloud coming at you. You're in the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. You would think that, okay, I'm underwater right now, even though they're actually under the ground, and then the water's above that. A lot of people don't know that, but you see this white wall coming at you. You have no idea what it is. You're sitting in your car, right? Now you get out of your car and you try to run away from it toward Brooklyn. But I would say 50% of the people in New York actually took the time to lock their vehicle. How insane is that? And because the department didn't want to destroy all these vehicles and be responsible for them, we actually had to go and find the keys for every one of those vehicles. It took 12 hours that day to clear the tunnel. And in the Brooklyn Plaza, once all the people were gone, we had a big box like this filled with keys. And all you did was you put your hand in there, grabbed a whole bunch, held on to them. If they had those button things, you went around until you found one. You threw the keys on the seat and you wrote keys on the windshield. That's how much dust was in there. And you kept going. And then all the vehicles eventually got towed out. It was a crazy day. And if you've ever seen the movie Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones, at the end of the movie everybody just looked gray, that's exactly what we looked like. Everybody was just gray. Dark gray, dirty, filthy, and your skin was on fire. You couldn't touch anything that was exposed, which were my arms. And all the fiberglass from the insulation that was in the Twin Towers was mixed in with the cement. And the cement was completely pulverized. It was as soft as baby powder. I kid you not. And the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel is the longest tunnel in the United States. 3/4 of the way through that tunnel, that baby powder was probably about 1.5 inches thick that got forced into the tunnel from that burst. Pretty wicked. I actually had to get naked in the hallway when I got home. My wife was like, no, 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 no. She put out a 55-gallon garbage bag. Step in there, and I got naked, went right into the shower. Get naked in the hallway wouldn't have been so bad, except I lived in a 14 or 16-unit apartment building back then, so I was really in the hallway. Not my hallway, in the apartment. So, all that went in the garbage.
1,000 to go.
All right, we're coming up on cruise. That's 31 minutes from the gate, 16 minutes from the runway. And we've got 262 miles to go to Los Angeles. So it took quite a long time to get all that stuff off my skin. And my skin was red for days. Had those little pock marks all over the place from the cuts, from all the insulation. That was a pretty bad day. And we were in and out of the tunnel. You get part of the way into the tunnel, all of a sudden a command would come over the radio. Everybody out. Gas leak. Right? So no matter what you're doing, turn around, and you are heading out of that tunnel just as quick as you can get out. When we got the all clear, back in again. Start all over. It was a crazy, crazy day. Crazy day. I remember it like it was yesterday. Oh, let's see. I've been here gabbing. What did I miss? Okay, I got the reel tonight. Impressive. I appreciate that. 77. Oh, licenses. Yeah, I got that already. Yeah, you know what? It is what it is. 77. You know what? A lot of the first responders have it a lot worse than I do. Oh, yeah, Chaz. I love every chance I get to get into this flight deck. Do a little bit of flying. That's 82. So what are we looking at here? We've got 138 miles now, top of descent. 248 to go. We should be in about 30 minutes. So, and Southwest did this ride in the real world in an hour and 20. So, we'll see just how close we come to that. You know what, Matt? I have not been to the memorial yet. At all. I got sick in 2010. The doctor told me, well, actually it started, yeah, I think it started in 2010. And matter of fact, it was December 7th. Go figure, huh? December 7th, 2010. The doctor told me, you can't work anymore. I've had 3 unexplained full body rashes that I was rushed to the emergency room to. I was sitting there doing roll call. Or I was at roll call. No, 2010. I was a sergeant at the time. 2010, I'm doing roll call. And the lieutenant looks at me and he says, your face is getting red, man. And I'm like, you know what? It feels warm. And he's like, your arms, look at your arms. And I'm looking at my arms and they're actually turning as I'm looking at them. It was right there. Lieutenant, we were in a sector car, lights and sirens to Long Island College Hospital. Within 30 seconds of that, they hit me up with an EpiPen. I got nebulizer treatment. And 6 hours later, it was unknown origin. Go back to work. Happened the second time. Out of nowhere. Back to the ER. Happened the third time. Back to the ER. So, by the third time, now my physician put me on oxygen, so that was the end of that. I went and I saw the physician, the department doctor, and he told me, you can't do this no more, you're done. So, Wolverine, 13.1. 13.1, the fuel's right on the money. And pressure's holding beautiful. Temperature is fine. So that was the end of that career. So they wouldn't let me work. So now the department doctor is the only one that can tell you whether or not you can work. All right, this is NICES. This is the New York City Employees Retirement System. Now, the department doctor is the only one that tells me whether I can or cannot work. He's the final say. But NICES is the pension system. And there's a board of 3 doctors. And those 3 are telling me I can work. So I went back and forth for over a year with that nonsense. I finally flew up to New York my last trip. We're off that chart. And the paperwork was all sent to them. I went up, they did their exam. And when I got back home to Florida, once again, for like the 4th time, we need additional documentation. And my wife told him, what are you talking about? We just sent you a whole package 3 weeks ago. Oh, we never got it. Really? Well, you signed for it. Post office says you got it. And we got your signature. Well, a week later, I get a call from my attorney. Your disability pension has been approved. But I had to fight them for a year. I think it was a little over a year. Meanwhile, I didn't need an attorney for Social Security disability. I did that on my own, online, through a website. No issues whatsoever. They sent me to a couple of doctors. They did some tests. They said, yeah, you're done. That was the end of that. So, but I tell you, I owe my life to Frank Macri. He's one of the guys that you may have seen in my flight deck. In the left seat, bald guy, and I was in the right seat. He spent a couple of times in here. He was down here with his daughters. He's actually responsible for saving my life because he broke my chops for about 2 weeks. Way back when, in 2008, I believe it was, in 2007. They were giving out free exams up in Mount Sinai in Manhattan for first responders. And I think I was 39 at the time, 40 maybe at the time. I felt fine. There's nothing wrong with me. So I thought. I said, I'm not going. I'm not going to take the resources away from people that are really sick. I'm not going to do it. So he broke my chops for a week. Listen, you got to get checked. You got to get checked. You got to get checked. He says, I'm going. There's another sergeant, Mike Leonardi. He's going. He says, come on. I said, all right. After a week, I finally gave in. I says, listen, I'll call. When are you going? Give me your date and time. I said, if I can get the appointment at the same time, I'll go. Lucky for me, I got the appointment the same day and time. By the end of the day, the nurse was running down the hallway asking if I left the building yet because they found some a shadow on the x-ray is how it all started. And they believed that it was just a shadow, but they wanted to make sure. So they sent me for additional x-rays. The additional x-rays showed that it wasn't a shadow. From there I went for a CAT scan and MRI. And I got lucky with the CAT scan too, because the CAT scan not only was the MRI. After they did the CAT scan, they did an MRI, and the MRI showed that I had a tumor on my thyroid and I had a separate tumor on my right kidney. So for someone that was feeling fine, right? Go figure. Anyway, within a few months, they were like, listen, forget about your breathing right now. We're going to take a look at your kidney. So within a couple of months, the kidney was out. They took it out. And then I had to heal for 4 months from the kidney operation before Sloan Kettering would do the second operation, and they took out my thyroid. And they were 2 different cancers. Meanwhile, the department's trying to tell me it's all a coincidence. No, so I'm 39 years old. How many 39 years old have a history of, or have kidney cancer and thyroid cancer? And it was 2 separate cancers. It wasn't a metastasis, right? I had renal cell carcinoma, which was the kidney cancer, and I had papillary cancer of my thyroid. Meanwhile, no one in my family, as far back history as we can go, ever had thyroid cancer or kidney cancer. No one, ever. They want me to believe it was a coincidence. So, took a while fighting them, but we finally won. but amazing. All right, so let's see. Well, we got a little ways to go before we hit that, so we don't get that till Eastwood, so we can come off of that. Oh, I don't have my air conditioning. It's getting a little warm in here. I don't have my AC controller. I haven't been in here in a few weeks because Shadow got sick. So, getting a little warm. I don't think I can reach it if I get out of here, so I'm not going to bother just yet. What are we looking at here? We've got 80 miles to top of descent, 190 miles to go. So, man, we don't have that much. Another, oh, yeah, no, we got a half hour to go. And that'll put us about 7 minutes early right now. What does the weather look like there? You can actually have the terrain. Should have did that a little while ago. We got any weather out here? .57 knot crosswind whacking us right now. Weather looks pretty good. 7-1, and McGowan, we should have 12-3 with 12-5 on the fuel. We'll have 10-8 when we get in. 183 miles to go. Oh yeah, I finally won. And I won my workers' comp case, and then they all had to capitulate. So, a matter of fact, New York took quite a bit of time, but they actually passed the law and said that if you couldn't find out where this condition came from, it is to be assumed that it came from 9/11. So, but I proved my case before that actually came out, so, but that would have helped me out. And then we didn't get anything, really. What did we get? I got my retirement package, which was reduced because I wasn't allowed to keep working. I got the minimum raises, what they figured I would have made, and they made me retire at the day that I would have retired instead of staying on and building my pension up from 50 to 65%. So, and there were no punitive damage money. I didn't get anything. None of that. Maybe someday we'll be able to sue Saudi Arabia, the individuals that they believe financed all this for punitive damages. And maybe I'll buy a real 737. What are we looking at here? Another 170 odd miles to go. I got to go grab that AC remote, and I'm going to grab a quick drink. I'll be right back. Hope you're enjoying the ride. I know there's not much to see out there at nighttime, but hopefully we'll have a nice view coming into LA on the way in. Well, that was good timing. My wife came in with my treatment. The one that makes me cough. Yeah, they retired me back in 2010. And we hung around New York for 2 years until 2012. I could see that the housing market was having an issue. And I didn't want to buy a house in 2010 down in Florida because I would just be throwing money away. So, since my wife and I owned a co-op in Brooklyn, we stayed there till 2012. And then when the housing market took a dump big time, the house that we're in now was worth $385 in 2010. I picked it up for $249.9 just a couple years later. And now it's worth over $6. Go figure. And now I've had this flight deck now, about 10 years now. Just about. So I definitely got my money's worth out of it. But I definitely think I'm going to sell my muscle car. I don't use it anymore. And Shadow's built up some pretty big bills with this MRIs and chemo and everything else. So, but then I'm hoping that I can get some stuff from Flightdeck Solutions. I'd like to get a motorized throttle quad, replace all the controller boards in here from USB to Ethernet, replace my 2 comm radios for the 3-digit, replace the 3 monitors, and replace 2 computers and get them up to date. So I'm seriously considering selling that car. You should be 270. And we still got another 33 miles to go to top of descent. Do have some city lights down there in front of us. Nothing off to the left or right though. Can't see some stars. So on the way down, we've got Hollywood 1 into runway 24 right. It'll be the RNAV-Z. And we are parking at gate B12, so we're at Terminal 1. So if you're looking at LAX and then the water's behind LAX, we're on the right-hand side. Almost in the corner. Alright, Midler. 11.8, we've got 11.8. Pressure, temperature is good. Temperature, quantity, fuel flow, all that right on the money. Fuel 10.7 when we get in. 134 to go. 23 miles now, top of descent. Give them another minute. We'll get them back in their seats. And we're going 253. And we get picked up. We get picked up at Hollywood, right? LAX, Hollywood. We're already on that chart. We've been on that chart. So we're inbound Monroe. So once we hit Hollywood, we're going to be on that moving map display on the right-hand side there. So, and that's in another 20-odd miles. All right, 15 miles to top of descent. Let's get them back in their seats. And we're good down to 24. I think that's coming from the back. I don't think that's ATC. I can hear something very light. I think that's coming from the flight crew. All right, Monroe, 11.6 on the fuel. We're 11.6. 123 miles to go now. 12 miles top of descent. Let's see if they're going to give us the Hollywood 1 on the way down before we hit our top of descent. We're going to follow the charts in though. Yeah, between the car and the simulator, this gets a ton more use. That's why I want to get it updated. It would be nice. Because if I can get the controller boards replaced and replace these monitors here and that monitor, because they're 9 years old, 10 years old, so get that done, get the controller boards done, get my radios done, get the motorized throttle card in here, the flight deck will basically be all updated and finished. Only thing it won't have would be a HUD. Alright, we're going to start slowing down here. Albuquerque Center, Southwest 2654. Request lower, flight level 240. We're going to descend anyway. Should actually...
2654, descend and maintain flight level 240.
Yeah, how about we do this? Maybe they'll give us this instead. Yeah, Southwest 2654. We'd like to descend via the Hollywood 1 approach. Or arrival, that is.
Southwest 2654, descend via the Hollywood 1 approach, maintain flight level 240.
Clear to descend via the Hollywood 1 approach, maintain flight level 240, Southwest 2654. Alright, we're just popping up on that chart now. So we're on our way down. That's 53 minutes from the gate, 38 minutes from the runway. And we're looking at just over 100 miles ago, 104. Only two issues that I noticed is my XATC is gone.
Anticipate descent about 0 minutes. Reach out if you want an early start.
Yeah, we're already on our way down, pal. Yeah, expect a Hollywood 1 arrival. Southwest 2654.
Southwest 2654, roger. Expect the Hollywood 1 arrival into Los Angeles. Southwest 2654, contact Los Angeles Center on 133.75.
Contact Los Angeles Center 133.75. Southwest 2654, good night. Los Angeles Center, Southwest 2654, with you. Descending through 31,000 for flight level 240, inbound Bruin.
Southwest 2654, Los Angeles Center, good evening.
That's for sure, Matt. And let's see, we need to be above 24, below 30. We're at 30,400. So that constraint's going to be met. We'll continue on down to 19. Los Angeles Center, Southwest 2654. Request lower, flight level 190.
Southwest 2654, descend and maintain flight level 190.
Alright. And from there we're looking at above 17, above 15, above 14, above 12, and we're on our way in. So it looks like we're going to have a decent view once all the night lighting pops in. Would be nice if Laminar Research was able to figure out to get it to roll in from the horizon instead of popping in bunches. And how about we start getting ready here? And while we're working on that, we're good all the way down. Let's continue on down. She should obey the constraints. Los Angeles Center, Southwest 2654. Request lower, 12,000. In the meantime, let's have a peek.
Southwest 2654, descend and maintain 12,000.
I said what, 724 right. 24 right on the Z, yes. Alright, elevation's 128. Decision height is 362. And that's all looking pretty good. 122. Alright, that's all looking pretty good. And on a miss, climb to 2, track 251. Let's have a peek here. Now 252 with the wind, and 2000, and holding at RAFs. Beautiful. That looks very, very good. Alright. All in all, rather nice ride. Yeah, Reality Trailers. I've been offline for a few weeks, so, and I've updated Zibo-Mod, ZHSI, X-Plane. I got everything all up to date. So I wanted to run a test. So when I run night flights, I run X-Plane. When I run day flights, I run MS-2020. So just running another test. And I may run one more night flight, because I have to take a look at XATC chatter and my tiller. I need to take a, has to be calibrated. And then after that, we're going to go to 2020, do some day rides. It's been a while. All right, at day, we should have 11.3. We have 11.3. We're coming down beautifully. Temperature is fine. Another 68 miles to go. So we need to be above 17 there, which we were. We're at 20,007, descending. And we're going to be slowing at 270 at Seaview. All in all, the latest and greatest from Zibo-Mod has performed beautifully. Version 4.03.17 from released earlier today. It's been a pretty great ride. Haven't noticed any porpoising effect on the way down, which was one of the later issues that I've noticed. But she seems beautiful right now. The descent is right on the money. So what up? 11.3 in the fuel. We're at 11.3 right now. And we need to be above 15. We're at 18.8 now. Descending. So we're looking pretty good. And local. Let's have a peek. And let's get you set, actually. Alright, bleed air panel is set to auto. Yes, yes. Pressurization panel, land altitude is in. Passenger signs are on. Auto brake selector is set. Flight instruments and radios are set. Altimeter was set for local QNH. Recall. We got a clean board. And landing data VREF minimums I just got to put in. And what are we coming in at here? Today we're coming in at $144. We're cruising. Hopefully you get a little bit lower, you're going to have a nice view of LA.
Descend and maintain 3500 vectors for the ILS runway 7 left approach. Altimeter 30.28.
Descend and maintain 3,500. Vectors for the ILS 7 left approach. Altimeter 3028 for Southwest 2654.
Southwest 2654, contact SoCal approach on 124.3.
Contact Southern Cal approach on 124.3 Southwest 2654. Good night. Southern Cal approach Southwest 2654 with you, descending through 14.6 for 3,500 inbound Seaview. All right, let's bring that up now.
West 2654, SoCal approach. Expect the ILS runway 7 left approach into Los Angeles.
No. We're using 24 right, Johnny. Southwest 2654, request runway 24 right. You want some drag? We'll give you some drag. Actually, I don't even think you need it, but get you down a little quicker.
Southwest 2654, runway 24 right approved. Expect ILS approach. Descend and maintain 3500. Turn left heading 245 vectors for the ILS runway 24 right approach.
I'll descend and maintain 3,500. Turn left heading 245 vectors for the ILS runway 24 right approach. We're not going to do that. We're going to continue on with the charts. They just get a little mixed up. And we're good here. Pretty cool ride all the way around so far. And at Skoll, we should have 11.2 on the fuel. We're at 11.2 right now. 10.5 when we get in. Another 40 miles to go. All right, we're starting to get our night lights here. And again, for those of you that are just joining in, if you don't like the night lighting, that's on me. These are my night lighting edits. So, but if you do like them, there's a link down below if you want to give them a try. I'm using reshade, but you don't have to. And we're holding at a deuce, yes? Yes, we're holding at a deuce. And we're coming up on 10. And you are set. And I will take return. Direct MERS, descend and maintain 4,000 till established on the localizer cleared. For the ILS approach, 24 right. Alright, so we're looking pretty good. We're pretty much right on the money. Beautiful ride. 33 miles out. Oh, hey, Reality Trailers. Yeah, actually, it jumped up quite a bit over the past couple of months. Amazing. I don't know how. I'm not doing anything different, so I'm not sure. But that's nice that there are more people that are able to enjoy it, though. It's pretty cool. So Southwest did this ride in an hour and 20. Right now, we're an hour and 4 minutes. All in all, it's been a great run from the mod. The latest and greatest. So we're at 8,500 descending. We need to be above 8,000 at Bree. So we are descending beautifully. She is following what's been programmed in there just fine. So, and this is 4.03.17, the latest and greatest. Oh, it showed up on your home? I wonder if YouTube is doing something, because I haven't done anything different. So I don't know. I'm not sure how all this stuff works. They tell me that likes does something. You know, I would imagine shares do if you share it with people, but I have no idea. I'm lucky that my wife has been able to help me figure this out to get online to YouTube. Alright, how about we slow down a little bit here. Let's get down to 240. Hope you're enjoying the view. I haven't been in here in a few weeks. I am. Looks like the center might be a little bit too bright compared to the sides, though. Might have to make some adjustments. Looks like there might be a touch too much color on the sides as well. Oh, that might be why. Maybe because you watch a lot of aviation, maybe that's why that popped up. Yeah, that could be. That would explain it. Alright, that's looking pretty good. And we need to be above 5 at broke. 5,700 descending, so this has been a great run. And 121. Fuel was right on the money.
Southwest 2654, contact Los Angeles Tower on 120.905.
Contact Los Angeles Tower on 125.905. Southwest 2654, good night. Oh, 120.95, whoops. Los Angeles Tower, Southwest 2654, with you. 10-mile final, 24 right. Actually, we're 15-mile final.
Southwest 2654, Los Angeles Tower, wind 260 at 8. Runway 24 right, cleared to land.
Go land, 24 right, Southwest 2654. We are a little quick. Let's get that speed down. Let me have it. Give me 1. Start slowing. Oh man, what a beautiful view. This is the view right here. Oh, hey Steve, welcome. Oh, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate that. Give me 5. What are we coming in at? Buck 44. Alright. My bird, my bird, my bird. Give me 10. Gotta have a little bit of fun myself. Give me 15. Speed check. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna slow all the way up. And enjoy the view. Give me 25. And we'll go right to 30.
2,500.
Funny, I'm not showing any winds. Interesting. Nice view of LA. And They got a lot of rebuilding they're going to have to do out there, boy. And it kind of ticks me off because these liberal Democrats out there actually caused this issue by not cleaning the underbrush, not building the dams that they actually were supposed to do, what, since 2014? Didn't save any water, and now the federal government's going to have to bail them out, which is our tax dollars, once again. People in LA, I hope you're freaking waking up, man. These liberal Democrats, they ain't looking out for you. Take a look at your house. Time to wake up and smell the coffee. I'm just grateful I got some friends and that got out of there about 8 months ago. There's the view right here. This is it. Beautiful view. Well, you know what? Give me you. Give me you. Give me you. Great ride. And the Zibo-Mod just handles beautifully.
Approaching.
So after this, I'm going to go get something to eat. I don't know if I'm going to get another ride in today. Maybe. We'll see. Because I want to get back into MS 2020 and check that and see what needs to be worked on there as well. It's been a few weeks. I don't know what updates have come out.
Approaching minimums. 400. Minimums.
Continue.
300. 200. 100.
Prepare for landing.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Welcome to LA.
Southwest 2654, welcome to Los Angeles. Contact ground on 121.4.
Yeah, contact ground 121.4 Southwest 2654. Good night.
1,000 feet remaining.
You can go to TA and you can go to standby. Another beautiful run. Easy there, Louis. Los Angeles ground, good evening, Southwest 2654. Holding short, runway 24 left at intersection Yankee, looking to go to Terminal 1, Gate B12.
Southwest 2654, Los Angeles ground, taxi to Terminal 1, Gate B12 via Yankee, cross runway 06 right, then Delta, Delta 7. Have a good evening.
All right, so we've got didn't even put it down again. It didn't even put it down. Alright, well, we're just going to cross it head on in. We're down in the lower right hand side, so we're good to cross. And we're on that, we can actually kill number 2. And let's have a quick peek. On exterior lights, once we get to the other side, we'll switch that over. APU is up and running.
Approaching.
Yaw damper is off. Window heat switches are off. No one's coming in. Probe heat, wing, engine, anti-ISO off. Engine start selected as needed. They're off. Auto brake is off. Speed brake is down. Flaps are up. Transponders, TA auto weather radar is set to test. Okay. And they gave us echo all the way down. Yeah, and we'll get hydraulics next, so pop. I hope you enjoyed that ride. And that's hour and 17 minutes since we left the gate. Hour and 2 minutes runway to runway. So we got 3 minutes to make it to the gate. So pretty cool. Just about right on time. Just as they did in the real world. I'm surprised I'm not as worse as far as rust is concerned. I haven't been in here since December 22nd. Hydraulics, yep. Thought I would have had a lot more rust on me than that. Oh, there goes Air Alaska. See that they're using 24 on the way out as well, and yet they were trying to give us 7 to come in the back way. I don't know why. Doesn't make any sense. And we've got someone else here on final as well. So even the AI aircraft they're using 24s, they're using in the real world. I don't know why SayIntentions wanted to give me 7. All right, Johnny, come on, let's get in here. Pick up the pace, Louie. And it's going on 5 o'clock. Yeah, I might be able to get one in after dinner, maybe. Oh, hey, Gregory, you just caught me coming into L.A. New York, my old stomping grounds. I'm originally from Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. About a mile from the Verrazano Bridge. Man, oh, I would love to go for some pizza up there right now. Johnny's is no longer around on 58 and 59th Street on 5th Avenue in Sunset Park. They had great squares. But his nephew Leo is out in Bay Ridge on 3rd Avenue between 85th and 82nd Street. Best squares around. I think they're even better than Spumoni Garden. And then for chicken cutlet palm or veal cutlet palm, you got to go to Gino's on 5th Avenue and 75th Street. There ain't none better. When my wife flies up to see her family, she knows. She goes with an empty suitcase. And the pizza and everything that she buys gets put in the freezer overnight. And just before she's ready to leave for the airport, it all gets dumped into the empty bag that she brings with her. And then when we get it here, it goes in the freezer. I put it in the Succomatic. I take all the air out of the bags and I put them in there. And then we have pizza and whatnot for about 6 months till they're gone. Because the pizza down here just doesn't compare in Boca. I mean, there's one place that's all right, Dominic's, but for New Haven style, you know, for the burnt crust, going to try and cut me off, buddy? I'm going to let you go. Go ahead, Delta. Go ahead. Or are you going to wait for me? You're banking the right? All right. Thought he was coming out to echo. And we're going to come in right behind him. 10. Yeah, now I'm in the mood to fly to New York to get some pizza. What'd I say? Gate what? B12. See, I'm lollygagging. Now we're 2 minutes late. One of those empty spots right there, but see if we're going to get a gate where we're supposed to. Gonna have a gate for a Southwest or what? And they got these blocked off. That should be our gate, but it's blocked off. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and take this gate right here. We'll take 21, since our gate's blocked off. All right. I hope you enjoyed that ride. I had a blast. All right, what did I miss text-wise? Did I miss anything? I got Long Island. Oh, Geno's. You know Geno's? Yeah, man. Oh. Yeah, Geno's makes some pretty good stuff, man. New Haven, Connecticut. Yeah, there's a place down here called... Beeza, B-E-E-B-E-E-Z-E, something like that. It's pretty close. So, matter of fact, the pizza guy was down here and he went to that place. That's why we ended up going down there. But for that burnt crust with the coals, yeah, that's the place we go for that. And then Dominic's are for the squares. That's pretty much it. I'd rather have it from New York, though, or from New Haven, Connecticut. If I can get it from there, I have the burnt style. But you can't have it all. All right, everybody. You know what? Let me get... you're not going to need that chart anymore, so let me shut that down. No, let me do it from here. Oh, hey, Brian. No, this is a simulator. I run either X-Plane 12 or I run MS 2020, depending on nighttime, daytime. Nighttime, I run X-Plane 12, and then during the daytime, I run MS 2020. And if MS 2024 ever has an offline option like 2020, then we'll go to 2024. No doubt about it. Alright everybody, I'm going to go shut this down. We'll start another flight from cold and dark after I do a couple of fixes to ATC chatter and my tiller. I'm going to go have dinner, come back, and hopefully we get another ride in here. In the meantime, let's set up the gate here. See if I can do this without screwing it up. That working? Oh, ground services. There you go. You set the chocks, ASU doors. Open the doors. Alright, so chocks are in position. We can lose the park and brake. Ground power is available. So we're going to come on ground power. Confirm with the AC selector. We're going to get set for unconditioned air again. So let's switch that over. We are good. APU can come off now. Don't need the fuel pumps, don't need galley power, don't need the hydraulic pumps, and you can go to standby on TCAS. Let's have another quick peek here and make sure we're good. Alright, electrical power check set, APU or ground, we're on ground power, bleed air, we're set for unconditioned air, so the APU is off, left and right packs are set to auto, and the isolation valve is open. Fuel levers are set to cut off. Anti-collision light is off. Passenger signs are off. Fuel pump switches are off. Electrical panel check set. Galley power is off. Window heat switches are off. Hydraulic pump switches are off. Exterior lights. We have logo and position. Flight director switches are off. Chocks in position. Parking brake is off. Let's shut down completely and should I? No, I got to do some testing, so I'm not going to shut down completely. I want to test ATC chatter, and I'm going to recalibrate my my tiller, and then we'll come back and we'll do another flight from cold and dark after dinner. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that ride. Southwest did this ride in an hour and 20 minutes. We did it in an hour and 22. We're a couple of minutes late, but I was lollygagging a little bit on the taxiway end here. So I hope you enjoyed that run, and we'll be back for another one. And for those of you that are signing up, there's been a whole bunch lately, man. Thanks, I appreciate that. And from what they tell me, if you give a thumbs up, it means something to YouTube. I don't know what it means, other than you liked it, but supposedly it does something in the background, so it gives it out to other people, I think. I'm not sure. So if you haven't, give me a thumbs up, man, if you liked the video. All right, everybody. I'll catch you on my next run. Take care.